How climate change worsens the storm. Global warming is actually causing some places to become colder. In 2021, in the midst of rapidly warming global temperatures, parts of North America were hit by a major cold wave. From Canada all the way to northern Mexico was hit, leaving 10 million people without power. It was particularly bad in Texas, which alone had 125 deaths linked to this event. In the US, it was the coldest February in more than 30 years. The freezing temperatures are associated with a dip in the jet stream, which is a band with strong wind 8 miles above the Earth's surface. Why is winter getting colder? The reason why it's been getting so cold recently is most likely due to the collapse of the polar vortex. The vortex, in turn, is a giant ring in the Earth's stratosphere that consists of cold winds. At the polar front, it flows between warm air from the tropics and subtropics and cold polar air. The polar vortex is also closely connected to the jet stream, so if the jet stream is weak, then so is the polar vortex, and could even break. But when it breaks, the cold Arctic air is allowed to flow downwards and pass over countries like Canada and the US. Why does the polar vortex keep breaking out of the Arctic? The difference in temperature between the air of the polar vortex and the air of the mid-latitudes is what drives the jet stream. But due to temperatures rising in the Arctic, it's causing problems with said jet stream. Instead of a straight line across the world like it should be, the jet stream instead is more wobbly, which allows for cold Arctic air to travel south over North America, Europe, or Asia. Researchers have also found that there is a connection between the polar vortex and sea ice, but aren't sure what that connection fully is yet. It is possible that visits from the polar vortex have dampened climate change in the mid latitudes, since the polar vortex occasionally brings colder air down to the mid latitudes. It can keep average temperatures from warming as much.